guys, it's Maymay, and tonight I may have bitten off more than I can chew. Let's just be honest. I wanted to try another stationery holder, and I wanted to use one piece of paper, and we'll see. I want to go ahead and preface this by saying that these measurements will be on the blog, so you don't have to stress to try to figure out what these measurements are. I'm just going to type them up on my blog, link them below, and you can get them from there. So let's get started. To start with, we're going to take a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper and our paper trimmer. Now the first cut we're going to make, by the way, I have a cheat sheet, so if I slow down talking, it's because I'm looking to make sure I do it right. This is like the third one I've made. The first cut we're going to make is going to be at 5 inches. So we're going to take 5 inches off of this 12 by 12 piece of paper. Okay? Then the next cut we're going to do is that 5 by 5 piece we just cut off. We're going to cut that in half at 6 inches. And then we're just going to sit it aside. So you basically have these two pieces. We're going to sit those aside. We're going to move our paper cutter aside and bring out our scoreboard. For this one, I'm going to use the Big Daddy because the baby one is not enough room. So this is our 7 by 12 piece of paper that we did not cut in half. So we're going to take this one and our scoring tool, and we're going to score it in several places. We're going to start, and I'm looking at my cheat sheet, we're going to start at 4.5. So we're going to score the first time at 4 1/2. Then the next time we're going to score at 5 3/4, which is here. And then 2 more score lines. We're going to do one at 10 1/4 and one at 11 1/4. Just like that. Now on this, the last one, I said 11 1/4. We got to change that. We're going to do it at 11 1/2. I completely messed up. So on yours, don't do this one. Just do the 11 1/2. So I'm going to go over them again. Okay, so we're going to score at 4 1/2. 5 3/4, 10 1/4, and 11 1/2. Okay, so this piece is all scored and ready to go. Move it away. Now let's bring back these pieces we cut at 5 by 6, and we want to take them the long way. So we want to take them where they are 6 inches long, and this is simple. We're going to come in from 6 and score it at 1/4. Okay, and then we're going to come in from that mark 1/2 inch. So just back up 1/2 inch and score it. Now we're going to turn it one time. We'll be at 5, and we're going to score it 1/4 in and come back 1/2 inch. Now we're going to turn it one more time. We're going to score it at 1/4 inch and come back 1/2. Now, can you see that? Oh yeah, you can see the score line's good on there, can't you? We're going to do the same thing on the other one. You only score 3 sides, so we come in 1/4 and then 1/2. And then we're going to come in 1/4 and then over 1/2 and then come in 1/4 and then over 1/2. Okay, leaving this side undone. All right, now we can move this guy away. Now what you've done here is you've kind of created these little edges that cross over each other. What we want to do is take our scissors and cut up to where those corners cross, just like that. Okay, we'll do it on the other side too. This paper looks like leather on camera. That's kind of cool. It is not. It is just Christmas paper. All right, and look, it didn't cut real good on my trimmer. Get rid of some of that. We'll put that aside and let's bring the other one over. We're going to cut that same corner out right here, going to those where those score lines meet. For this part, I'm going to use some score tape. I just think this will be easier, and this is the 1/8. If you have 1/4, it will work also. So we're just going to put some score tape on, and we're putting it in the 1/4 edge, staying clear of the 1/2 score mark. Just to the 1/4. All this will make sense as we keep going. You'll be like, oh, that's why she did it. Okay, let's do the other one. You want to be sure you go to every edge. Even if you have to trim a little off, like I'm going to have to here, it's better to have to do that, and you'll see why in a few minutes, than not to do that. Keep making your wait to see why. Okay, let's trim this dude off. Okay, now we're going to leave the adhesive backing on for right now while we fold our lines. So you see we got a quarter, then a half, 1/4, and then a half. Okay, so now everything is working out just peachy. Now then I want to bring this other piece back over, and I want to go ahead and fold it on our score lines. So this is our first score line. If you want to use your bone folder and do the whole, no problem. If you decide that's something you want to do, so you can do that. This paper folds really well, so I'm just going to use my fingers. I'm going to fold in at the 10. And remember, I made a mistake, so we're going to fold in on this one that is at 11.5. Okay, now, if you decide you want to do this design using more paper, you'll be able to get a longer piece here and everything. I just wanted to make this with one piece of paper. That was my goal, okay? So I'm going to move that up there, and I'm going to start taking off the adhesive backing. Now the reason you wanted to make sure you get your adhesive as close to the edge as possible is because we're going to require these to lap over each other. I should say wrap over each other. Not running a race. And they're just going to temporarily hold those in place together until we put them down where they go. So that's why you need that adhesive to go all the way to the edge, okay? Okay. Now then, we'll put one of them aside and bring this one over. Now we have our first fold line here and then our edge. We're going to be working with these 3 edges right here. We're making a pocket with this guy, okay? So we are going to line it up at the edge and the bottom. We're going to pay attention to this side first, and then the bottom, and then the inside. Making sure we get it nice and straight. Okay, now I suggest taking your bone folder and running it in there just to smear that adhesive down good. Just to make sure you get a good adhesion. Now let's do it with the other side. And on this one, I'm going to come out here to this edge and get it first. If you can, you want to be slightly inside that score line, and you'll get it eventually. Keep messing with it. Then right along the bottom, and then right inside this score line here. Okay. I don't think I got quite inside over here, but we'll see. Then let's rub that adhesive down. Now, I suggest also using double-sided paper, but when I was testing it, you couldn't quite see what I was doing really well. So I went with this so you could really see what I was doing. But I would absolutely use a double-sided paper so you don't have all this white. Or make it double yourself. Now look, here's where we're getting. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, trust me, it's cute. All right. It doesn't look like it on camera. I went ahead and did some matte pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and hook those up and put on here. And again, I'll have all these dimensions on the blog. But I'm going to show you how I kind of plan on matting it. You can even mat these before you put them down. That's not a problem. This little piece. All of your mats can be put on before you get to this point. I just didn't want to confuse you with all the mats everywhere. I just thought this would really help you to see it kind of cleanly go together. I would probably put the mats on before, now that you can see what we're doing. Okay, and we're going to bring this over, and on this flap I want to do something kind of cute. I'm going to put some adhesive down here, and then I took this little piece and I trimmed it with my wavy border edge, and I'm going to put some adhesive at the top here. And then I'm going to stick this on all the way to the score line, but leaving that 1/4 inch on either side. So this gives me a little extra flap. See how that does? And now for the fun part. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to go right inside of here. I want to be able to put a pin on the front side and let the pin be my closure. Okay? So I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to just kind of freehand this little idea. And I'm going to put a mark on this side of the pin and this side of the pin, showing me basically where I want it. Okay? And now I have made this little piece that is going to be about that wide. So again, I'm just going to make some marks. You can do, I prefer if I had a Velcro closure, that's what I would use if I had one, but I don't have one. I think that would be perfect for this little guy. Okay, so I'm going to take my craft blade and using the back of that as my straight, I'm going to use my marks and do some cutting right there. And then right here. Probably can't see my pencil marks, but they're there. I hope my head's not in the way. I'm trying. And then across. Alright, so I've made myself this little section. Now I'm going to turn it back over and close it. And now what I want to happen is I want this little piece to come up through what I've cut like so it can hold that pin. So I'm going to line this up the way I want it, which is like this. And so I'm going to line this up, make sure the edges are square. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to mark this edge and this edge, okay, and this edge. So when I open it, I can see my square. Now, I'm using some score tape because this is going to take some, you know, pulling and tugging. This little thing, all I did was just cut a strip of paper and fold the edges back a little bit. And I'm going to make this little shape out of it. That's all I did. Take the backing off. And then using this as my guide, I'm going to adhere one side down here. And then one side here. And the thing I want to be really sure of is that it's going to clear, that it's going to be covered when it's shut. See that? Check this out. And this just slides inside. And check it out. But let's open it back up. Now, I would do some prettier in here. Maybe put some ribbon or something to make that pretty. But I want to show you this. These are some of the cards I've made in my videos lately. Here's one. This is an A2 size card. Fits right inside. Here's a couple from Wednesday's video. Go right in there. Let's see what else we got we can put in there. These are some other simple cards that I made. I'm going to add them inside. Just to show you how many will fit. Of course, you'd want them to match. Put some envelopes in. This guy will hold a lot, by the way. A lot. Get that in there. Okay. Close it up. I'm going to shut it and put my pen in. Now, obviously, you wouldn't use a white gel pen, but I just like the size of this pen. So I would, get a nice pen like that to give. And I took a stamp set that I have that had this deer, and it was actually this set from TPC Studios, which is so pretty. And then I also used my stamp set, which is it's actually Critter Christmas, and I used it up on the hoof top for this deer. And popped it up on some dimensionals. Now, I didn't frilly this up at all. So, you could even do this for a man's gift and give them some stationery with maybe their monogram or something on there. I just think that would be so elegant and nice. And I want to show you, look how full it is in there. very full. And if you want, when you open it, you just do this, and there's everything. Imagine it with this being double paper, you know, double-sided paper would be so pretty, and it's just easy to do, guys. I would just, in the car on the way home, I just kept dreaming this up, and so this is what I came up with. I hope you guys enjoyed this little book that we made, this little stationery holder, and it's 3 pieces of paper, guys. That's all it was. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to pick up my stamp set. They're going really fast. I don't have very many of these left, so if you're interested in these, check the link below. And also, click around on our YouTube hop. Look underneath in the description bar, and you'll see all the little hopping spots that you can go to. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed another Freestyle Friday, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.